Welcome to Serenity Palace. Have you ever noticed that the more you avoid your anxiety, the more it seems to haunt you in unexpected ways? You dodge one thing, but suddenly, the anxiety shows up somewhere else, making everyday life feel overwhelming. It's like trying to plug one leak in a sinking ship, only to have another one spring up. What if I told you that avoiding your fears could be the very thing that makes your anxiety worse? In this video, I'll show you why avoidance is a trap and how you can start taking control of your anxiety, day or night. Today, I will guide you through a straightforward, step-by-step process for dealing with anxiety. Anxiety can be a tough experience. It disrupts daily life and often pushes us to avoid things that trigger it, like putting off tasks, staying isolated, or constantly distracting ourselves. But here's the good news. You don't have just to manage anxiety. You can learn to work through it, reshape your relationship with it, and even resolve it. Let's dive into the 5 steps to help you do just that. In this video, we'll use 3 examples to illustrate these steps in action. Sam has social anxiety and constantly worries about how they are perceived in social settings. Jane deals with general anxiety, feeling on edge without a clear cause. David experiences event-specific anxiety and is stressed about an upcoming presentation that will significantly impact his grade. We'll use these examples to explore how you can apply an emotional processing model to move beyond merely coping and start effectively managing your anxiety. The first step is to observe your anxiety without judgment. Start by asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? What thoughts are running through my mind? What sensations am I noticing in my body? This step is all about creating a bit of distance between you and your emotions. Labeling your feelings as accurately as possible, like saying, I feel nervous, instead of just, I feel anxious, gives you more control over your emotional state. For example, if Sam feels nervous about attending a party, he might say, I feel nervous about what to say. Recognize that thoughts like, everyone will judge me are thoughts, not feelings. David, who's worried about his presentation, observing might look like noting a pit in his stomach, or the thought, I'm afraid I won't perform well. The key here is to describe your feelings and thoughts without adding labels like bad or terrible. Instead, recognize them as natural human responses. Step 2 is willingness, which is about openness to experiencing your emotions without trying to escape them. This can be challenging because our instinct is often to avoid discomfort. However, by avoiding anxiety, we can remain stuck in a cycle of fear. Practicing willingness means allowing yourself to feel anxious while knowing you're safe. Slow down, take a deep breath, ground yourself in the present moment, and let those anxious feelings exist without trying to push them away. Jane, for example, often avoids her anxiety by scrolling through TikTok or binge-watching Netflix. Practicing willingness might involve turning off distractions, sitting quietly, and simply acknowledging her feelings. For David, who's anxious about his presentation, willingness could look like accepting his nerves as motivation rather than a barrier, allowing him to prepare more effectively. Step 3 is exploring anxiety, which is about getting curious about what's fueling your feelings. Ask yourself whether your anxiety is helping you or hindering you. Are you in danger, or is your mind signaling that you might be? Diving into your thoughts, like identifying if you're catastrophizing or thinking in extremes, can help clarify whether your anxiety is helpful or if it's time to soothe your inner alarm system. Struggling with social anxiety, Jane might explore by questioning thoughts like, "Everyone will judge me." Are these thoughts realistic? Would it be catastrophic if someone did judge him? Probably not. For Jane, exploring might involve listing the small stresses adding up in her life, like too many responsibilities, lack of sleep, or overcommitting to social events. Writing these down can help her see the areas where she can take action to reduce her overall anxiety. Step 4. Once you've observed and explored your anxiety, the next step is to clarify what you can do about it. Focus on what's within your control and what's not. David can't control his grade directly or how others react, but he can control how well he prepares. This step is also about aligning your actions with your values, choosing responses that reflect what's most important to you. Sam might decide that building friendships is worth the discomfort of attending social events. Jane might identify that setting boundaries and prioritizing her well-being will help her reduce her daily anxiety. Finally, it's time to act or accept with step 5. Sometimes taking a small action, setting a boundary, organizing your space, or reaching out to a friend is the best way to address anxiety. Other times, when no action can change the situation, acceptance is key. This doesn't mean giving up, but making space for your emotions and deciding to move forward. Despite his nerves, Sam might challenge himself to go to a party, valuing connection over comfort. Jane might tackle the mess in her room or start budgeting to alleviate stress. For David, acknowledging his anxiety as a natural part of caring about his performance allows him to proceed with his presentation without letting fear hold him back. These 5 steps, observe, willingness, explore, clarify and act or accept, create a powerful approach to processing anxiety. By facing our fears and continually incorporating them into our lives, we teach our brains that we are safe, gradually reducing anxiety. Thank you for being here. Subscribe for more helpful tips, and if you like this video, bop the like button. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.